Welcome back to Multifamily Live. I am here with the incredible Jordan Smith. And as you know, this is Foundational Fridays, where we talk about the foundations of our real estate investment businesses, how we got started, how it's going, and all the things that we have built our businesses, our lives, and maybe even our communities on. So welcome to Multifamily Live, Jordan Smith.
Thank you, Pili. Great to be here.
Good to be here. So Jordan, can you talk to me a little bit about how you started in real estate?
Yeah, so it was almost 10 years ago. In a couple months, it'll be 10 years of me getting into real estate. And it started with, honestly, a little couple hour seminar in a hotel lobby or in a hotel banquet room. Got me started into the single family space. Fix and flips and foreclosures were real hot at the time. It was, 2013. I could go down the street and find half the houses seem to have for sale signs or long grass, that kind of stuff. So come a long way since then, but got into it about 10 years ago and really liked real estate. I liked the freedom that it allowed me to have to set my own schedule versus working 60 hours a week in the corporate job I was working prior to that. And since then, I've grown from single family into multifamily now. I have a number of units that I'm general partner on, limited partner on, and continuing to grow.
That is amazing. So talk to me a little bit about what your portfolio looks like right now. And then we'll talk a little bit about what the future looks like for you.
Sure. I have and manage my own small single family and duplex portfolio up in Illinois. That is 9 doors. And then I'm general partner and asset manager on 134 doors in North Carolina, as well as limited partner on 76 doors in Cincinnati.
So talk to me a little bit about that first deal, because I believe in the strength of that first deal. Talk about your first deal and and just kind of give us the story around it.
Honestly, through the network in my mastermind, your mastermind, the Figure Multifamily, I was able to network with some people and form some great relationships over the about 13, 14 months that I had known them at the time. Got together with a group of guys and gals that were starting to take down some more properties, and they reached out to the group for some assistance in both capital raising and asset management. And as a previous, basically asset managing my own stuff on a smaller scale, I was able to kind of fit into that role and learning along the way some things. But the capital raising aspects of it, I didn't think that I would like that, but I really started to enjoy that. Starting to build that out as well, and just providing an opportunity for folks to get into real estate when kind of like myself had money sitting in the stock market or savings accounts wherever that just wasn't doing much for me, and wanted to get that into the ground into real estate and start to grow my own portfolio, but the legacy that we're going to have as a family, and our essentially build out our freedom towards the future of being able to not do the daily grind on a daily basis. Work hard now in order to build yourself up, and then not necessarily just sit on a beach all day, but be able to make those choices of, I'm taking a couple hours this week or this day to go out to lunch with my wife, or something that I just want to be able to set my own schedule and have that ability to do so.
So that was a lot to unpack right there. We're going to step back a little bit. You talked a little bit about asset management. I want you to explain asset management from a foundational level for anyone who is just starting in multifamily.
So basically what asset management is, people might have different definitions of it, but I'd say that it is essentially taking the business plan that you had set forth in your underwriting and doing everything you can to make that come to fruition. So I'm personally working on the capital expenditure side, the CapEx, And while I'm not on site, my role there is to manage the materials, trying to support the property manager that's there in any way possible, get his efficiencies as tight as I can on the capital expenditure side. But also, like I said, be that supportive role that allows him to do his job, not micromanage what he's doing on a daily basis, but kind of overall provide support and keep things headed in the direction that we had laid out beforehand.
Amazing. And then you also mentioned that you are getting into the capital raising side. Explain a little bit about how you got started in that, because a lot of the conversations that I have around capital raising is with individuals that are like, I don't know how to start. How do you do it? How do you fund a $1 billion building? So, how did you do your first one? How did you raise capital?
Um, Honestly, I might have had it a little easier than somebody starting out because, like I said, I've been in the real estate industry and around a lot of professionals and done so many meetings and networking events that I've had these contacts and built up those strong relationships. Excuse me, relationships over the years. So I think starting out, I would say to to attend as many meetups as you can, talk to as many people as you can, let them know that what you're doing, and let them know that you're in the industry and looking for deals. And when you find those deals, can I present you this opportunity that I have to invest in it and build the relationships up that way? And it might take a year, a couple of years, or there's people that I've known for 8 years that never came to them with any kind of ask or opportunity of getting in and investing in my deals, but they got in and wanted to invest in this this opportunity that we had out in North Carolina.
That's amazing. And I love how you preface this entire thing that you might have had it easier. That's something that we don't address very often in the capital raising information space, because you go online and you talk to all these people who are raising capital for all these deals, and they're like, we just raised $1 billion in 24 hours, or we're raising capital for XYZ. What they fail to mention, especially for new investors that are seeing this, is that they have the experience. They've been doing this for years and they've nurtured their contacts for so many years that they're enabled to raise a kabillion. I'm just going to keep on saying kabillion, a kabillion dollars for
Zeros,
their
would you say?
deals, all the zeros. But they've established themselves in the industry and with their sphere of influence and within their networks, that they have the capacity. That's not to say, oh, new investor, that you can't do it too. I love to say, like, everything you need is right here in your phone. Everything you need is in your phone. You have people in your phone that have 401ks, that have capital that they want to put to work. Even if you don't, you someone in your phone does. So I would go there first and then reach out to social media, which brings me to I believe you're doing a 30-day challenge. Could you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm on the second day today, but it is Bill Allen's 30 day to 500K challenge. I'd switched it up a little bit and modified it to be my goal of 900K.
Yes.
But what that is basically telling people what you do and letting them know what you're into, how things are going for you. And it's not necessarily to say I have, or not really at all to say I have 900,000 in my bank account by the end of 30 days, but it's getting those people to see what you're doing and giving them the opportunity to reach out to you in case they might be interested in one of the deals that you have moving forward. So it's a little bit of just getting exposure out there, letting people know how to reach me, what I'm doing, and a little bit more what that looks like and how to get involved into multifamily real estate syndications.
I love it. It's all about information and education, information about you, because they're going to be trusting you, and education as to what they're actually investing in. And then asking, it's always that question that's the hardest. I think people have a hard time with asking the question, if I have a deal, how much do you think you would want to invest? It's actually it's
Yeah.
not it seems like a hard question, but it really isn't, because this is a question that can help people for the rest of their lives. That you can help people build wealth, and that's exactly what you're doing. So Jordan Smith, before I let you go, I would like to know more about your mindset. You have an amazing family. I've met your wife. She's amazing and so supportive. Tell me a little bit about you personally and how real estate is helping you and your family.
Yeah. So my my main thing behind real estate is to provide time, to provide the flexibility to spend time with my wife. We don't have any kids, but am I going to look back and say, I wish I would have worked 10 more hours that week? Or am I going to wish that I went on a little weekend hiking trip with Marcy, my wife? That's really the whole thing behind it. I like to come from a place of balance. And that doesn't mean not taking care of priorities that need to be taken care of, but making sure that she feels like a priority over work, unless it's something that has to get done, and I can communicate that to her and let her know that really got to get this done. I'm sorry, I'm not going to break any plans with her, but there's sometimes when I can't make plans because I got stuff to do. But that's very important to me. And as far as a mindset goes, one thing that I've really been really has stuck in my brain lately is gratitude. Being thankful for the things that you have, and being thankful for, even if it's small, if you can look at everything, every instance throughout the day, and look at it in terms of a lens of gratitude, I think that'll really help you push forward. It can be kind of dreary out there when you look at all the things that people say are going on in the world, or this, that, and the other is wrong, and the world's coming to an end. But if you look at it and say, wow, it's a pretty nice day out today. It's hot, but I have air conditioning that works. I have cold water if I need it. I have plentiful food. What could I possibly complain about? When you start looking at things like that, the other stuff, the small stuff, can start to melt away a little bit and really free up some of that mental bandwidth.
I love that mindset. I love coming from, and I quote, the lens of gratitude, making sure that if you're ever feeling down, you understand that, hey, you know what? I have a roof, I have water, I get to talk to good friends over the interwebs. And I also love your thought process of communication. That, I mean, I know you said you want the time freedom. You want the time freedom with your wife. You want the time freedom with the family that you are building right now. And it made me think of a quote that I read someplace on, I don't know, Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it now. The only people that are going to remember that you are busy is your family.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're going to remember that you were too busy to go on that date. They're going to remember that you were too busy to go on that hike. They're going to remember that you were too busy to go to that football game. Those are the only people that are going to remember that. So I love that you already have that mindset, that you're not too busy, and that you communicate everything with your wife, and that she knows that you are building this amazing life together. So before I let you go, Jordan, how can the good people of the incredible internet find you if they want to know more about what you're doing and how to reach you?
You can find me either. Well, it might be hard to search me on Facebook, but the company you should be able to find, and you can link everything to me through my website. Is probably the easiest way to contact me. That's 360 Properties. The three is spelled out THREE 60 properties.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Jordan. Before I let you go, do you have anything else for our guests? and our listeners?
Um, all that I would say is I'd love to connect with you. Always liking to connect, network with new people. If you have any interest in getting involved with real estate, obviously you have Jason and Pili and what they're doing, but also maybe a different perspective or just another contact. Happy to connect with you, and please reach out to me. And I wanted to also say thanks for having me on your podcast, Pili.
You are very welcome. And for everyone out there, I am grateful to you. So much gratitude, so much love, so much aloha. And if you want to know more about Jordan Smith, please reach out to him at 360 Properties. That's THREE 60 properties.com. It'll be down in the show notes if you want to know more about Jordan. Jordan, thank you so very much and aloha.
Thank you much. Have a great day.